Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nina, and for those of you guys who are joining, welcome! And for those of you guys who are returning, you the real MVP. So today is Thursday, and this is a segment Monday through Friday where I kind of just touch base with you guys, record, a daily vlog-ish, just letting you guys know what I'm doing, what's going on, and how it's been. So I actually really love cooking. If that wasn't already obvious, growing up, I actually learned how to cook at a young age, and it was kind of like a necessity considering, one, I'm Asian, two, I was the oldest of 10. I mean, I'm still the oldest of 10. And three, it's kind of just an expectation as a Asian female. Okay, so first rule of cooking, always make sure to make the rice first. I don't know how many times I've cooked food and then I realized there was no rice. So I have to wait another like 20-30 minutes for the rice to cook. So we're gonna do the rice thing first and just get that out of the way. First things first, we are going to make rice because like I expressed earlier, nothing is more sad than having food and no rice. So for this first dish, we're gonna need some items like a roll of cabbage, a pack of chicken breasts, and of course, chicken seasoning. Here's a close-up in case you want to see. For this first dish, we're going to need at least a half pot of water, and I lost my nail, so that's what that was. And then I put it on the stove at high heat. Next, you want to peel off the outside leaves of the cabbage. Any of the pieces that kind of look like they're sticking out or a little bit darker, I remove, just so that it looks like a clean little piece of cabbage, just like this. And then you could get rid of all the leaves that you peeled off on the outside because we won't need that. Next, we're going to wash the chicken. So you're going to put it under the water and rinse it and make sure there's no random pieces of bone or joints still stuck to the chicken. Alright, and when we're cutting the cabbage, I usually cut off like the stem and then I cut on the inside. And the first half of the cabbage, I cut it into smaller slices so it'll be easier to eat. And you kind of want a variety of sizes when it comes to the leaves. Next, I'm going to use the second half and just kind of peel it as is so we can have some larger leaves for the chicken and cabbage soup. For the soup, we're going to cut the slices of chicken into smaller like stir-fry segments. So you want to make this one bite-size, and it doesn't have to be all the same size, but ideally a little bit thinner or smaller, just like I'm showing you guys now. Here's a close-up example. So while this is going on, the water should be almost to boiling or very hot, and then I season it. I don't have a specific amount. I usually just pour in however, and then I taste it as I go and add it if it needs more, or even adding some salt a little bit to add some more flavor to it. So as you guys can see here, I'm gonna stir it, and then after I'm done stirring it, I taste it a little bit to see if it tastes good. Obviously this first round, it was not delicious, so I added a little bit more. For this dish, we're going to need a pack of lemons, some salt and black pepper, and that's really it. So I'm going to give you guys a close-up. I'm using Himalayan salt, but it doesn't have to be this salt. It could be any kind of salt, as well as any kind of black pepper. For this dish, we're going to cut the chicken a little bit different, so removing any of the fat, of course, but slicing it more as portions for one person instead of a stir-fry. So it's going to be a little bit bigger, but we do want them to be thinner, so that it cooks a little bit better. Here we're going to add some salt as well as some black pepper. And we're going to mix it around so that it gets all over the chicken. And then we're going to cut this lemon in half because we're going to be squeezing it into the chicken. And then get this, we are going to take a fork and start stabbing the chicken so that as we season it with the lemon, it should seep through the meat and cook and actually flavor like lemon. So mix it around, and then we should be good to go. Alright, I was going to cook it in the air fryer, but we don't have any foil, so I have to use an actual tray. So I put a little oil on here so that the meat doesn't get stuck, and then you just place it onto the tray. Now we're going to want to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. And then while we're waiting for it to warm up, I'm going to add the pieces of chicken so it can start cooking before the pot boils. And then I leave it in there and I stir it around for about 10 to 15 minutes. Once the time is up, I go ahead and I add in the cabbage, and then I push it below the surface of the broth so that the broth can soften the vegetables. And I keep an eye on the dish until I feel like the meat and the vegetables are soft and are ready to serve. Once the dish is ready, I grab myself a bowl of rice and I start putting the chicken and cabbage soup into my bowl. And of course, can't forget about the second dish. Once the oven is ready, go ahead and put it in. Typically, I let it sit at 400 degrees for 20 minutes, and then I flip the chicken, and then I put it in for another 20 minutes, and by that time, the chicken should be cooked and ready to be served. Have a good day, and maybe I'll see you later.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Alright, food is officially cooked. I got my chicken and cabbage with rice and my guacamole. And then I have the lemon chicken here. It's already finished cooking. I have it wrapped in saran wrap so that when Sanji comes home, he can eat that later. This is more of my favorite dish, so I'm gonna eat this one, but maybe I'll eat this later. So yes, I'm gonna eat real quick and then I'll catch you guys after. Woo! Alright, I'm officially stuffed. It was delicious! I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching today's video, and if you guys do try out any of these meals, please let me know. I would love to see it. Tag me in it, share, whatever, send me the link. You know, let me know if this video was helpful for you. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Thursday, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's vlog. Bye!